Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Joyce and welcome back to Stoneblock 2. In the last episode, we were working heavily with Thaumcraft, which is what we're going to finish up today, because last time we managed to make the Crimson Rites, which was a quest, and that quest reward was to give us all of the research in Thaumcraft completely, which is kind of awesome. It means we don't have to actually do any research at all anymore. We have everything available to us. We just need to make the things we need and, well, finish up Thaumcraft with that. So that's what we're going to do. Between episodes, I still have not worked with the fluid cows all that much. I've been breeding them a little bit. I've been working with chickens a little bit, breeding those. But yeah, I haven't touched the barn yet. However, I did do a little bit of building off camera to make our Thaumcraft area look a little bit nicer, and maybe I'll do more between clips here, but this is what I have so far. I'm thinking the ceiling, I'm going to replace it out with like black concrete. I'm just not 100% sure on the walls yet. If I want to do more void stone, which I'm kind of thinking, not entirely sure. We could chisel it into something kind of lighter and see if that looks good, but it might be too bright. I don't know. I might mess around with it a little bit between clips on this episode. But before we get into actually doing Thaumcraft stuff, I don't have too much prepared. And the reason for that is because we need a couple of things to make my life easier. We're going to need a lot of alchemical brass, as well as thaumium, and potentially even some void metal. And so rather than, you know, making them like you're supposed to, let's cheese it a little bit and make them with essence. We have a garden cloche down below. We actually have two of them currently running. One of them's full of wheat, but we can easily kind of trade these two out for the other two seeds, so void metal and alchemical brass. And once we have those, might as well, you know, get 4 stacks of each essence, and I can do my prep work while that is running, and yeah, we'll just be able to breeze right through Thaumcraft, hopefully. But we gotta get to that point first. And in order to get to that point, we need 3 more alchemical brass and 2 more void metal. We should have all of the other stuff. The prosperity shards, I couldn't remember what they were called, to make the crafting seeds is easy enough. We have some insanium. I've actually been crafting up more insanium just because we have a lot of essence, and it was kind of, why not? I did, by the way, off camera, put luck 3 and hastiest. Haste is literally just putting redstone on our pick. I did that so that I could go mining a little bit because I thought I needed more rare earth, but apparently we had some. And I think 7 is more than enough than what we need. So, we're going to need to do some infusions to get what we need. First things first, we're going to put some vidium into here. And what we need to do is we need to infuse thaumium with some seeds. So we're gonna do that, and let's get our casting glove, and should be pretty stable, shouldn't be a problem. So while that is kind of doing its thing, and oh wow, that is incredibly fast. All right, let's do that one more time, and we'll be getting these void seeds. Now I think I have not scanned a void seed, but those are incredibly fast and easy to do. Then we just need to make the actual void metal, which requires 10 metallum and 5 vidium. So we're going to use these vials, I think, because that makes the most sense. We need 2 of those and 1 of those. We throw that in there, those 2 in there, and right click with these. No mess, no problem. We have 4 void metal. We're going to do the same thing kind of with some iron, which I need 3 ingots of iron, and metallum, or not metallum, instrumentum. So we just throw these in here. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 5 each, and then we're just gonna quartz silver those, and then get rid of the rest of it. The reason I want to do that is so that we have the instrumentum V crystals, which I can place there. And eventually I do want to fill all these up just for the sake of completion. And I'll do that later, not too important. But let's go ahead and put everything away as my voice cracks horribly. And we have the 4 alchemical brass, we have the 4 void metal. That means we can go make these seeds. And we're going to have to make them anyways. I wanted to make them anyways. We do need to work on our farm area quite a bit. But we'll get to that. So I think a single insanium will be good enough for both of these. I just need to find, by the way, I made a small storage crate to store all the seeds because, yeah, made sense. So I know we're going to need 4 of these for the void metal and the crafting seeds. Everything else can be turned into these. So we're going to need 8 of those plus 4. And I think we can just do this. Uses of that to turn into tier 2, to turn into tier 3. And we'll have 1 of these turn into a tier 4 seed, which is a quest. But we'll make the brass seeds and we'll make the void metal seeds. So perfect. I can complete that quest because why not? We get a random reward, cobblestone generator, and we'll just go ahead and get these guys going in here. And that will be that. So I am going to step away. I'm going to make sure I mark everything down. And void metal and brass is probably going to be this way. There we go. Cool. So at this point, I'm going to step away. I'm going to prepare all of the Thaumcraft stuff. We got to make a good bit of things. Something else that I'd like to make a little bit more of is this yellow niter, and that shouldn't be too challenging to do, but I'll probably do it with files rather than raw materials just to make things a little bit easier. I can dump in a bunch and call it a day, but I'd like to make some niter, I think, and we can actually dye this various colors, and I think that'd be really cool as a light source. So I'm going to work a little bit on the walls as well as probably get some black concrete in for the ceiling. I'll try to finish up this as well as getting all of the materials together, and we will go ahead and finish up the like 20 items we need for the quest. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Close enough. Anyways, I'll be back once that's ready. Alright, so that took a bit of time, but I was able to get a lot done, and we have a stack each of the brass essence, or rather 4 stacks each, and the void metal. So that is awesome. We can put void metal down here with the tier 4s, tier 3s. Get back to that stuff later. Maybe that's what we'll do next episode. I don't know. We'll see. But I have been busy. I've been doing some building. I've been doing some prep work. We have a lot of stuff still to do. But in general, we're doing pretty well. So one thing to note is that I don't think we're actually going to need much void metal. Void metal is not very useful except for a handful of things. And looks like void metal plates are more useful, and it's mostly for the void armor and a couple of like high tier stuff. So void metal was not as important as the alchemical brass is, but we'll get to that. So I did do some work building, And honestly, I kind of like it. I'll be honest. It's a little bright, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So welcome to our Thaumcraft area. I think this looks really cool. The purple is very bright, but I'm okay with it. I like the runes. Unfortunately, there's only one rune instead of all the different colors that the runed voidstone has. The primal voidstone only has this one, so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. This didn't take too long to build, but it is what I've spent most of the time. I also went ahead and filled out all of these guys, so we have every single essence, and there was a reason we had an extra one of these. I forgot there is 27? No, 37. Right? It's whatever 4 times 9 plus 1 is. Yeah, 37. So I can do math. So yeah, there is just a couple things to do before we get into a lot of this stuff. And the first thing is we're just going to go ahead and make some cable facades because this is going to make this look a lot better. So we need to click that and that, and that looks awesome. This is what we're gonna have for pretty much everything. We're gonna sink the terminal into the wall with cable facades, and it's gonna look awesome. So with that taken care of, the next thing I want to do is I want to make some niter. One, we are going to need niter for one of the crafts, but we also just need to get a bunch of niter because it's useful, and we're gonna have yellow niter. Now niter is something that we can use as light sources around here, and we'll probably do that, but I don't know what color we will want to do. We could do white. We could have just white lights all around. That would be kind of neat. I think we might do that. I actually might break this one and turn this one red. So let's make sure we only need to use, I think there's only one that we need to use, and it's for this blank seal. We'll see about that in a little bit, but we'll worry about lighting this up later, and if I need to get more light anything, I'll do it then. But let's get some red niter, and come on, go to the red dye. There we go. Because I don't know what the dye recipe is, and we're just gonna turn one of these red, mostly just because I think that'll look better underneath here as like a fire source. So aesthetics, I'm trying my best. So let's get into it. I have everything we need for all of these infusions, so we might as well do that first, and we'll go get all the quests after a bit. So we're gonna need 5 of these in total, 5 of these in total, and then the various tools. So thaumium axe goes there, one of these, and then one each of those, and I believe that is everything we need for the axe of the stream. And I have all the essentia in. There is a couple other things that we're going to need that I don't have ready, but while we're working on that, let's go ahead and start making other things. So we're gonna need clay, tallow, red dye, and niter. So let's grab the red dye. I don't believe I have any more tallow. I do. I made this with the candles, which we could also use those around, but this was basically just rotten flesh with a single fire to make tallow. Nothing too difficult there. The next one we'll do is the sword. So sword in the middle. 2 air crystals. And I think it is like this. So to the right, yes, to the right. And we'll make the sword. Again, we should have everything there. Don't believe I messed anything up, but we are going to need clay, and what else for the seals? The niter. So that is where one of our niters is going to go. But yeah, I made the tallow when we did the infusion last episode to make all the candles. Nothing major there. So I believe it's like so. And that makes blank seals. There is Sword of the Zephyr. Haha, I was pretty sure on that. Next up is the shovel. Same general idea. And we'll just do this real quick. So in order to take the blank seal and make it what we need for the quest, blank seals, by the way, are to do with the golems that you can make. And we need to make the advanced control seal store. So we need to make a normal one, which requires 10 aversion or blade. I think it used to be called tellum. But we'll just throw in a vial. And we'll hit that. We got the control seal. We also got the shovel in that time. Shovel of the earth mover. Next is the pickaxe. We have fire. And then for the rest of this, we need cognito and census. We should have both of those. If I can remember where cognito and census. So we just dump those in there and then right click. Okay, I think we messed that up. Because I think I missed... Yeah, I don't see it anymore. So I think we messed that up. That's okay. We can do it again. But pickaxe of the core. That should have been a quest. I didn't see anything pop up. Okay, but it counted. And then last is the Thaumium Hoe, which requires an Ordo and a Perditio. One of each. So it's a little bit different. But no big deal. I'm trying to do multiple things at once, and it's not working out too well. So let's just focus on this. And then we can go from there. We've scanned all this stuff. We're going to need another tellum. Or, sorry, what is it called now? Adversio. And we're going to continue trying to make the advanced control seal. Shouldn't be too difficult. So there's all the essentia and the items. Nothing difficult. This is very easy stuff. And Master Farmhand. So Hoe of Growth and the Pickaxe of the Core. So we have all of those done. And I don't think we need the Rare Earth anymore. So that is all of the infusion quests completed. We'll complete those in just a moment. But let's go ahead and do the rest of this core. Oh, I guess it's the seal, isn't it? So I think what happened was I accidentally, when I right-clicked it, it put it into the crucible. Oh, it put it on top. How do I get that off? That is not what I wanted. You know what? Let's just break this. No? Okay. I have no idea. Let's make the Golemancer's Bell, because I think that will come in handy with all of this. So that is pretty easy. And should be a quest. Oh, but we have to do the artificial intelligence first. So let's get the Clockwork Mind made. That is 3 glass panes, brass plates, which is why I wanted to get the alchemical brass stuff taken care of. And a comparator. Do we have comparators? No, but we should be able to make that pretty easily. Redstone torch times 3. And then do we have glass panes? We do. Alright, so this should allow us to make the Clockwork Mine after we make the simple arcane, we're going to need more of these. Let's just make like a handful. And then we're also going to need some iron. Iron plates, which I believe we can make the same way. Let's go ahead and do 2 recipes of that. And then we're going to need some sticks. And this is where we're going to have to make a bunch of different things. So simple arcane mechanism. We'll make one of those, and then we should be able to make the clockwork mind. And there we go. Now we have the Golemancer's bell. And I don't know how to pop... There we go. Alright, so... Does this give any advice about how to do this? Maybe the Thaumanomicon can help us out with this seal. So we need to look for the... Collect? No. What is this one? It is store. So we need to look for the store. So I think... Let's look at the normal seals. So seals, you can place down another block in the same spot you placed it. Once you do so, since seals... Do you place them down with a right click? You do. But unfortunately, because of Crucible, you need to do things differently. So let's try this. I think if we shift right click this when it has... Oh wait, we missed what we had to put in there. So will that work? Nope. So what if we shift right click? No, that's not going to work. So right clicking doesn't work. And it lost a little bit of census, so let's grab a couple of these. And nope. Shift right clicking is just going to empty it? No, it didn't, but can I just... I'm gonna regret that. Nope. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Put that in there. Put that in there. Okay, that's what I figured. I'll have to look into how to make that work so it doesn't, you know, eat the item. But we have other things we can do for the time being. And we might run into some other things that we're going to have to kind of do some prep work for. So let's just get on. Have we done all of the initial quests? So it's going to actually tell us yes. Alright, so we can finish whatever we want. And we're just going to start from the right. So we're going to need a dispenser and an alchemical construct, which is going to require a lot of stuff. So I know one thing that we're going to need is some silverwood planks. And we're going to need a dispenser. So let's get that. Then the alchemical construct is going to require greatwood planks, essentia tubes. So we're going to need some quicksilver, which we luckily have plenty of. And we just need a drop. So let's see. Essentia tubes. Plates, we're going to need brass nuggets. We're going to need some glass. And we're going to need some levers, which I might have. I do not, but I can make some levers. I believe we're going to need 2 of them. So let's go ahead and make the essentia tubes. And then we need to make 2 levers, which we should be able to do in here, right? Yeah. And we'll turn... Oh, I already made the 2 levers. We'll turn those into valves. And then we should be able to make... We need greatwood planks and more iron. So that is not the greatwood planks. We only need 1 greatwood plank. And let's get some more iron. We'll just grab few recipes worth. Okay, so we should be able to make the filling Essentia transfuser. So not enough V. That is unfortunate. We can scan some stuff, I guess. Yeah, this chunk is really bad, but it's also just kind of full currently. We're gonna need 2 of these. So I guess, do we need to do, yes, we do need to do that in there. So I guess let's go ahead and get 2 more Essentia valves. And do we have enough things for 2 of the alchemical constructs? Other than the great wood planks, yes. So I'll tell you guys what. I am going to cut here. We're going to wait for the Essentia, or the V rather, the aura, to regather and allow us to get both of these. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to figure out how to get the crucible recipe to work. And I guess from there we'll just continue on with crafting everything. So I'll be back once I have these ready to craft. So slight change of plans. We're having some issues. What's the problem is we have a lot of flux in this area, especially in this chunk where we've been doing a lot of stuff with the crucible. And if we hit F9 a couple times, you can see chunk borders. So this chunk is really bad because crucible and the arcane alembic. But I've moved the workbench. This chunk is pretty bad. It's not recharging fairly quickly. The way the aura recharges is actually silverwood trees. So we could like go into the wall a little bit and make a silverwood tree. But we're getting close to being done with all this, so I'm not too concerned about that. This chunk is a little bit better. This chunk is decently good, other than it does have a lot of flux. And we have to get rid of that stuff if we want to get back. But I've moved this guy into here for just now, because we have quite a bit of, well, V available to us. And we're going to change gears. Rather than continuing what we were doing, we're going to make a V resonator, and we're going to make one of these things. Now, we could also get discounts. There should be, yeah, if we wear Thaumcraft armor and robes and whatnot, we get discounts, and depending on how good the armor and whatnot is, determines how good our discount is. Now this doesn't want to recharge either, so we're going to break this, and we're going to put it into this chunk, which should be pretty well charged. 200, yes. So we can just go ahead and make the workbench charger. And perfect. Now we should be able to go back in, and I'll explain what that does in just a moment. So, yeah, the things I do to try to make everything look nice and still work. By the way, I made some white niter and I put that around, just 8 of them, and this place is fully lit up, and I don't believe there's any torches left. So that is perfect. That's what I want. It looks nice in here. I really like it. It looks magical too. So we're going to put these guys back in, and we're going to put the workbench charger, which we can scan, I guess, on top. And what this does is, instead of using the aura from this chunk, it does the 8 surrounding chunks as well. So we should have a lot more available. Yeah, 1400. That's pretty good. So now we should be able to get back into this and make a bunch of stuff. So we were working on making the filling Essentia transfuser, which requires an alchemical construct, and we're actually going to need 2 of those. So we're going to go ahead and get 4 of them, apparently. That makes 2 each. It does. Oh, never mind. And then we're going to make 1 filling Essentia transfuser. That is a quest. And then for this guy, we're going to need we're going to need a silverwood plank and 2 gold. And we're going to need some other stuff probably, but we'll get to that in a moment. And most of this stuff, I don't really know what it does. I'm just crafting it. Filling the Essentia transfuser, this is a lot of alchemy stuff and complex alchemy stuff that we're not really going to get into. We're kind of at the point that we're almost done with Thaumcraft in total. Like, there's not too much left for us to do, so we're not going to worry about it. And we're just going to craft the things that it wants and call it a day. So there is the flux filter. And then we need to make a couple more things. Let's get the arcane bellows first. So we're going to need 2 leather and some wood. Leather. And I'm just going to dump this stuff off. So 2 leather and some wood. I can spell. And this should make us the arcane bellows. That is used for a few things, specifically for like furnaces. I can show real quick, I guess, the arcane bellows. So the Essentia stuff is advanced Essentia transportation. Pause the screen if you want to see what all it does. And then distillation, which again, I don't really care. There's a lot of things that you can do with this stuff. Thaumcraft is a very complex mod. Arcane bellows, which can make crucibles go faster, and there is some other uses for it, but I think it's a lot for the arcane, what is it called? The infernal furnace, but not interested in too much of that stuff. The lamp of growth is so most of this other stuff is going to be infusions. So let's just try to make the advanced automated crossbow. So we're going to need an automated crossbow, which requires a clockwork mine and a simple arcane mechanism, and then a bow and some great wood and more iron plates. Now I also know that we're going to need another clockwork mine for the more advanced thing, but we'll get to that when we get there. Can we just use these bows? Certainly. Right, so great wood planks. And we'll get at least started with this. We can at least make the automated crossbow. So this is a thing that I believe is basically a defense. It's an automated turret. That should be pretty obvious. The advanced one is just better. And it looks like we can actually specify which targets we want to attack. But we're going to need more plates. And we're going to need a biothermic mind, which requires a complex arcane mechanism, a zombie brain, and a clockwork mind. So we're going to need another comparator. So let's get the redstone torches. And there's that. We're going to need some more glass. And I think we should be good on making this guy. So we'll just need to make a little bit more brass plates. This is why we have all the brass that we could ever want. That's why I made sure to get the seeds so that we didn't have to craft that all the time, because we're going to use a lot of it. And then to make that more complicated, we're going to need a complex machine, so we're going to need some thaumium plates. And it looked like we're also going to need 2 more simple arcane. So we're going to need, I don't know why it doesn't allow you to do that on the bottom, but we're going to need more iron plates as well. And that should enable us to make 2 of those. And then we just need a piston. And if we need to craft all this stuff up again, if something goes wrong with the infusion, I don't think it'll be too bad. We can do that pretty quickly to get this guy. And so we just need to put that down. The clockwork mine goes in the middle, and then we're going to need a zombie brain. We're going to need a few of these, so we'll grab a couple. By the way, let's scan that. It's probably useful. And then we're also going to need for this 25 Machina and 50 Cognito, which I don't believe I've placed in here. No. So 5 of those. And was it 25 Machina? Yes. So we get 3 of those. So we'll just find 50 and 30. And then we should be able to grab our caster's gauntlet and start that. So that should not be too bad of a craft. I guess while that's going, we can get the Lamp of Growth. So we're going to need 2 Terra, 2 Bone Meal, and 2 Gold. And I guess we can clean up the inventory just a little bit. Bone Meal and Gold. We have this guy. And if we have a little bit more iron, I put the thing away. I put the automated crossbow away. We were still using that. So now we should be able to make the advanced automated crossbow. And there's the quest. Okay, now we can put that away. And a lot of the stuff is probably just going to end up in the AA system and stay there. We don't have much use for a lot of this. So to make the Lamp of Growth, which Lamp of Growth is actually really good, arcane lamps are very bright, so we need an amber block and some iron plates. I should have enough amber, and we just need, I don't know if it's 4, it is 4. So an amber block and all of this. So arcane lamp, basically it's a light. It's a very bright light, really kind of cool. We can put that down. 2 Terra, 2 Bone Meal, and 2 Gold. Plus, we're going to need 20 Herba, 15 Plant Vicus, and so we need 2 each of Herba, Life, Light, and what was the last one? Instrumentum. Okay, so Herba we have. Life I don't think I saw, or Lux. Instrumentum we did have. Okay, so we should be able to just click that and do this one. So the Lamp of Growth is actually fairly useful. This thing will basically, the lamps do different things. So you have the arcane lamp, which is just light sources, and it will actually put light sources in a big area to fill things up and make sure everything's well lit. The Lamp of Fertility is a change of that, which breeds animals. The Lamp of Growth, if it's provided with Herba, will speed up the growth of plants. So useful things, but things that we don't really care about too much. Just gonna put that away. And then the last thing that we have to do infusions for is the Brain in a Jar, which is 2 Spider Eyes, a Warded Jar. I guess we'll make another one. Actually, we might have... no, we don't have an extra Warded Jar. So it is just a slab, I do believe, and some glass. I believe it's glass panes too, so let's just get that. And we got to do that in here, which this has considerably gone down. If I was worried about doing a lot of Thaumcraft stuff, if we need to do a lot more later, we'll fix that basically, but for now, don't really care. But we need a water bucket, and it's just going to take the water from it. Spider eyes, or yeah, 2 spider eyes and a brain. So nothing too difficult there, but we are going to need quite a bit of essentia, and we need 25 each of senses, cognito, and examina, are dead. Examinus. So 3, 1, 2, 3, and what was the other one? Cognito and senses. Alright, so I believe we might have a little bit of that. Any cognito lying around? No. So we'll just continue going around this. And that should be everything we need. So this is going to make a brain in a jar. And basically what the brain in a jar does is you can use it to store experience, I do believe. It should be in Golomancy? Yeah. It will give you experience, and then you can get experience out of it, so it stores experience for you. That's it. And that is that quest. So the only thing left that we have is the awful thing that doesn't want to work for us. And I'm just going to dump everything in here that we do not need. And did it use the bucket? No, the bucket's still there. So we just need to figure out this. And yeah, this is the part where I hope things work. And maybe we can finish this off. If not, I'm gonna have to figure out something. I didn't see anything that said how to make this better, but control seal store, we need 10 of these, and I'm wondering maybe if we click on the water. Nope. Okay, so I have another idea, but unfortunately I lost my Golomancy's bell, so we're going to need to make another one of those, and luckily that's really cheap. But I do have an idea, and that drains really quickly. Alright, so my idea is this. What if we made another seal and put that on top? So I had the stuff together to do exactly that. So we just make a blank seal. Now, can we put these just directly on this? No, it just ate it. So we need to turn this into something. I guess we could do collect, store. I guess we'll just use it, do another store. So that is 1 adversio. Pop that in there, and then right click. And then what if we just right click this so it has it already, and then we try 1, 2, and nope. That does not work. Okay. So I don't know how to do this without it attaching or anything. Okay. Filter, blacklist. Okay. I will tell you guys what. We'll end off there. Let's go ahead and collect all of our rewards. I will figure that one out. I did a little bit of research between clips, but not enough apparently. So let's go ahead and complete all these quests and get all of our rewards. Black Lotus, Mechanical Crafters, Item Magnet, a lot of this stuff I don't care about. Diamond Tier, upgrades, a laser gun, flux storage, more mechanical crafters, powered diamond anvil, some hoppers. That's actually kind of nice. A redstone furnace. Ooh, a 64K, 4 of them. Storage components. You know, we'll use those. Do I have... I don't have housing auto-crafted, but we can make a few of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can just pop those together and have a ton of storage. Perfect. But yeah, so I'm going to need to do some research onto how to get this thing without it eating my items. But yeah, I don't know. Hold on. It doesn't actually say. So I'm going to look into that, and we'll figure things out with that, and hopefully finish that up next episode. But then we're going to move on to other things. We probably need to get back to the farming stuff, or work on some machine stuff, or probably the farming stuff. We'll make all the different seeds. Still going to work on getting the cows. I need to work on this. And just in general do a bunch of stuff. So that's going to be the plan, I think, is we're going to go back to farming. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!